Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen. In just a minute, the show is going to start. Typical morning show of financial report, the market report. But what I wanted to say was the vote tallies come in on my show, the survey I did yesterday. And the overwhelming majority of my audience out there thinks the whole thing was a scam. And there's a minority of my audience out there who thinks, well, it was on the level. But I was a little bit surprised by the amount and percentage of the people out there who I thought it would be more like 60-40, and it's more like 95-5 sort of thing, or 90-10, it's really an overwhelming majority. It really kind of surprised me just a little bit. But anyway, listen, guys, here's the show in its entirety, and enjoy it, and we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show this afternoon. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of November, 2020. Listen, guys, a peanut butter sandwich, okay? You can make any kind of sandwich. You can take your bread, and you can make any kind of sandwich you want. But if you put peanut butter on it first, there's a nice, thick, heavy layer of peanut butter on it first, and no matter what you put on after, it has that basis of peanut butter. It's going to be a peanut butter sandwich. You can add lettuce and some bacon and whatever you want, but it's still underneath there. It's a peanut butter sandwich. Well, that's the way with the world. There's a basis been laid that we're building our society on top of. And that basis that's been laid, like the peanut butter sandwich, is where gold is money. For thousands of years, gold's been money. This is the basis. This is the peanut butter sandwich. Gold's money. And rulership of the world is held by the power. Who's got the power? Napoleon? Alexander the Great? All the way through history, how power is maintained is you need two things for power, for the person to maintain their power base. The one thing you need is support of the military of whatever country it is. If you've got that, support of the military, then you're halfway there. The other thing you need is at least 25% of the population to be loyal supporters of the emperor. So it doesn't matter if it's Napoleon, it doesn't matter if it's Genghis Khan, it doesn't matter doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what world leader in the past. Now this is the basic foundation of our society that has been built on. Gold is money, and the leader or the emperor or the king or the whatever. You can go back to Rome and the Roman emperors, how they maintain their power and support. And once an emperor loses that power and support, the people do not support them anymore, and the military doesn't support. They're ousted. The new guy comes in. And the world is actually still run this way because this is the peanut butter sandwich. This is how it was. This is the foundation. Now, they can add all these things on top of the peanut butter sandwich they want. They can add anchovies. They can add cheese. They can add whatever they want. But still, at its core, it's the peanut butter sandwich. And that's the way with the world. The world at its core is still the peanut butter sandwich. And this is the way the world's run. And this is the way the world can revert back to that in a blink of an eye. The world can revert back to being the peanut butter sandwich that it actually is. And I know it seems like I'm not making a whole lot of sense, but think about it for a minute. Think about the situations that's happening in the world right now. And how the world could revert back very quickly to its foundation or its core, which is gold is money, and the men that maintain control over the world maintain it by having those two means of support. One, the military, to the support of at least 25% of the population of any given country on Earth. Okay, let's open up the charts and take a look and see what's going on today. Start the charts right here and take a look at the silver price today. Now, listen, guys, my monitors went bluey. And so the picture quality on the monitor here might not be the greatest in the world. I'm going to have to try to replace it somehow or whatever. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, But a little bit blurry, but you can still see it, I think. 24.22 for silver today. It's up 1 penny. And it's found a very narrow range, a new range, after a big drop-off when it was up around $26. It fell off now to $24 and change, and it's going between a narrow band between $24.50 and $24, and it's right in the center of that band right now. Okay, so let's take a look at gold today. Gold is at 1866, and it's found a new narrow band or range between, say, between 1890, say, and 1860. Somewhere in that area, It's at 1866 right now. Cryptocurrency today. $453.2 billion with a Bitcoin price of $15,706 today. Now, I see this continuing to go up, this market cap. Like it was yesterday, it was like 440 something, and now it's 450 something. It's went up like $10 billion since yesterday. As we watch this market cap go up, we're watching the price of all these coins slowly making their way up, And they're catching a bid better. Over the past little bit, cryptocurrencies have been catching a better bid than gold and silver. Whether it'll continue that way, we'll have to wait and see. But like I tell you, the bedrock foundation of the world's financial system, going back to the peanut butter sandwich theory, that spread on the peanut butter sandwich, that's the gold and silver. That's the money of the world. He who has the gold makes the rules. He who has the military on their side makes the rules. And you can try to cover that all up with whatever you want. You can put lettuce on it, you can put tomatoes on it, whatever. That's all fluff. The foundation, the bedrock of the system is the peanut butter sandwich. If you know what I mean. Quite seriously. Anyway, let's take a look now at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is up 83 points on the day. 29,504 today. For the Dow Jones, 83 points to the upside. It's almost reached its all-time high, I think. Let me just take a look and see how close it is to its all-time high. I'll go to the max chart here. Oh man, I think its all-time high was what was it right there on that peak? The Dow Jones, it's getting close anyway to its all-time high. Very close. It's over. I mean, considering this, what's happening with this situation, this market, look how it's shot up ever since, where did it start shooting up? Right here, about March 3rd. And it's been going straight up to the moon, the market, and in the biggest crisis we've ever had. But that just shows that the market's lost all integrity to actual fundamentals of pricing. Now it's just going up on stimulus money. But is that to say it can't continue to go up on stimulus money? Well, it will. In fact, it will continue to go up, and it'll go up higher and higher and higher on stimulus money, as long as that stimulus money keeps coming. But the problem with that is if you withdraw the stimulus, the market will fall, and there's no bottom to it anymore, because there's no fundamentals there at all. The market could fall 90%. So they got to keep that stimulus coming now at this point. They've created a situation in the world out there where everything could completely collapse unless they keep it supported with the printing press, basically. Now crude oil, 42.25. It's starting to get up a bit high for the first time in a little while. It's getting up a little bit on the high side, crude oil is. Let's go to the 5-year chart and just take a look. You see a descending pattern here on the 5-year chart. But, ever since about May until now, it's been going along sideways. But it's getting up a little bit hot right now, a little bit high. Move index today, 46.19. It's up 1.25%. No, it's up 2.77% on the day. We got to watch this move index so it doesn't get over 100. Let's take a look at the last 5 days. Starting to climb again. I think they artificially manipulate this move index. That's what I think. Bonds and rates. Looking at the middle part of the yield curve, the bond yield's rising. The long end of the yield curve, the bond yield's falling, and the short end falling. And we're not looking at big movements today, only very small movements in bond yields. 10-year at 0.96 and the 30-year at 1.74 today. That's where we're at in that. The U.S. dollar index today, 93.14, and the dollar's been rising all day long. It's rising today, but very slowly, not a steep curve upwards and rising price on the U.S. dollar index. Let's take a look at our funny picture today. Now, I'm going to tell you what. This dog on the left-hand side of the screen, his eyes really get me, He's got human eyes. Quite seriously. Now, the little dog on the right-hand side of the screen, he's got dog eyes. But that dog on the left-hand side of the screen, his eyes really he's got human eyes in there. And I'm like, what's going on with that? In fact, he's got a human face, somewhat. When you get used to looking at his face, it almost looks like a person. Very interesting looking dog. Anyway, listen, guys, thank you for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, And I'm going to tell you guys one thing before I go. Okay? I think there's going to be big trouble coming up ahead in the next 90 days. So complete your preparations. You need to prepare as if you're preparing for an emergency or a crisis of some sort or another, because on a personal level, if things shut down for could be weeks, you could not have power. Do you have a propane stove or something you could use to heat your water up with, and do you have water even, you got to think about things like this. Start thinking about things like this, because I think we're heading for some sort of if we can get through this winter, in the next spring, without too much problems, then perhaps next summer, we can start moving into a recovery of some sort, But this winter is very, very dangerous in a number of ways. The things that could happen, potentially, as spin-offs of this virus that we've been going through. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And we'll catch you guys in the next show. Bye-bye.